All right, let's do this. So I'm tired. That's okay. My salad's waiting downstairs for dinner. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to go eat it. I don't care. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to start my dinner if I don't get this video out for you guys. So I'm going to get it out. By the way, why is it out in the daytime, David? Because I'm doing it on a Monday night for Tuesday the next day, right? Okay, so bear with me. We're going to see what happens because when I'm often this tired, you never know what's coming out of my mouth. All right? Hey, here we go. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the circus with Magician Dave, where I promise I can pull anything but a rabbit out of my hat. A couple of quick updates. Why don't we start out with bad sellers today? It's just one of those days. So I encountered another one this week, and I'm going to start calling them out going forward because it's not okay how they conduct business. So let's go back to the worst seller I've ever dealt with, and I'm going to start naming names because I don't care. The name was Wow Loot Sellers on eBay. W-O-W, Loot, L-O-O-T, Sellers. All right? This is the guy that I bought 12 Boundaries Crossed booster boxes from at $350 a piece. He waited several days, no communication, then canceled my order with no notice, and the next day raised the box price to $550 a box. And when I reached out to him, he basically wrote to me that it was his business and no one was going to tell him how to run it, and he had no obligation to stick to any prices that were listed on his website. So, of course, yeah, he was out of stock and resupplied, yes. In other words, he wasn't watching the markets, and the markets went against him, and rather than go ahead and sell the merchandise, which I knew that there was a chance that a bad seller wasn't going to sell to me, so I didn't even buy all that he had for sale. I bought some of it. He still didn't fulfill the orders. Wow Loot Sellers, remember that name. So this week it was Mystical Games on eBay, Mystical Games, who I purchased 2 of the True Steel collection boxes on pre-sale from several weeks ago. So all of a sudden I get a email from eBay that says, your order has been canceled and your money has been refunded. No reason at all. So why was there no reason? Because the seller didn't have to give a reason, because they simply said that I had asked them to cancel the order. Yes, in fact, of course I did, right? No, of course not. So let's think about what Mystical Games did. They took my money, they didn't fill my order, they left me hanging because now I had to buy at a higher price when it's no longer on pre-sale. They never personally notified me at all about the cancellation, didn't take any responsibility, and they lied about the cancellation occurring, saying it was because I asked them to cancel the order. Complete lack of business ethics and complete misrepresentation. And here's the topper. Because they said the order cancellation was my decision, I was not even able to give bad feedback. Now that's a great system that eBay has in place where seller can do all this and get away with it, and I can't even give bad feedback. So I did call eBay. I did stay on the phone for a solid hour. I escalated the situation. I reported the seller. There will be marks against them in the way that they status marks, and actually got an investigator involved to try to check and see whether or not the seller had been doing this to other buyers as well. Because there are many buyers that are going to be in the same position as me, and they're just going to sit there and take it. Oh, big deal, no big deal, whatever. But it's not okay. And eBay was upset, but again, that's their system. So I kind of have to live with it at this point. I just hope that if this type of situation occurs in the future for any of you guys, that you'll take the time and effort to call sellers out. Make sure you at least make the report. It's not an easy thing because it takes time. Other than that, it's a fairly easy thing. But this is the only way to hold bad sellers accountable, and hopefully they won't treat other customers as inappropriately once they begin to get called on their problematic behavior more often. Okay. So number 2, I want to talk about the website. I can't thank those of you enough for taking the time to give me such great constructive feedback. I'm still working on many updates and upgrades, but I've listened with great appreciation and intention, as many of you have suggested great changes, and I've tried to do as many as I'm possibly able on my own to make so far. I encourage you to check back at the website at least every once in a while. I'm always listing new merchandise, and I do list on there before I list on eBay to try to give an advantage. And there's still a couple of Darkness Ablaze booster box breaks available, slots in this weekend's booster box live breaks. So don't miss out on those if you haven't done that yet. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about this concept that I discussed many videos ago about if I were writing a book about my life, what I might call it, and I would say I would call it Figure It Out. So when I say figure it out, it's the concept that you have in yourselves of a belief that no matter what obstacle you face or challenge is in front of you, that you can figure it out. That you don't panic, but you start to slow yourself down. You look at all of the resources that you have at your disposal, and you say, how can I best tackle this problem for the best possible outcome? So the reason I bring this up is because I started thinking about my own children. And of course, we all know this. There's no, surprise here in telling you that I don't have rocket scientists for kids. I'm not sure I actually don't actually have kids that are not actually evolved from animals at this point in time. But that's, we're not going to go into that right now. So the point is, you know what they do with their social media? They sit on their social media and they watch other people, or they watch baseball games and gambling situations, or they play candy something or other, or they, TikTok. What do they do to turn that social media around and put knowledge and wisdom and expertise in their own minds? And so that's my message today. Again, I'm not looking to toot my own horn. I'm trying to give advice to those that'll actually take it and listen. I spend a lot of time on Google, on social media and news and things like that to try to learn, to try to see what other people are thinking and why they're thinking that way, and how can we change behaviors, and how can we make the world a better place. And by doing that, it's instilled in me a confidence that I'm able to tackle things that I would have never thought I could. And this website is a good example. This website is an example of, here I am, Mr. Old Dave, the 60-year-old guy that really doesn't have any technology background, at least not for the 30, 35 past years. And I'm going in and I'm watching Google how-to videos, and I'm following steps in a website building process, and I'm calling support. And I got some great help from people around the world. But when push came to shove, what does that mean when push came to shove? You would push someone, you would shove them. I really don't understand that whole lead-in. But all right, anyways, whenever somebody shoves somebody over, and I was thinking about it, I had to do the work on my own. And I'm still doing the work on my own. And it's affirming to me that even at my age, I can still be learning and taking all of the confidence that I've had and wisdom that I believe I've gained through life, and be able to share it with others, because I'm not afraid of tackling any problem and hopefully coming out on the right side. So anything I can help with in those situations, always feel free to reach out. But I'm glad to afford any expertise. And I just encourage you guys, use your social media for your benefit. Don't waste time watching other people. A lot of people want to show a lot of things all the time. It's kind of an insecurity, but that's okay. They're entitled. I love that. Whatever makes them happy. So don't get bogged down in it. Go the other direction, and you do things for you. All right, I've got 2 highlighted subscriber comments today. First from John P., who wrote, "Love the concept of the random box breaks. Can't wait to see what other oddities you have up your sleeve." Well, John, oddity may as well be my first name, middle name, and last name at this point. So when you think of Pokemon oddities, consider me the one and only oddity Pokey person. And then there was Pokey Garage, who asked for my expertise on investing $100 into a booster box versus an index fund in the stock market. So I take my time to write Pokey Garage this amazingly comprehensive answer, after which he proceeds to buy a booster box and doubles his money in 3 weeks. Can you believe he then reached out to me to share his success and never even offered to share any of his financial gains with me? I mean, come on. In today's I recently got a card I needed segment, it's that whole recent awesome thing, I'd like to show you what I got from the Ultra Prism set. The Cyrus Prism Holo card, number 120 of 156, which has been corrected from the previous version in which the attack section talked about what you can't play versus what you can play. So again, let's look at the one, I hope you can see this. I don't have any glass on at all, so this should say something about you can't play as you read it, what you can't play. And I guess when they reprinted this set, they actually corrected it to this one, which is talking about what you can play. So an error version for, how would I get my fingers out of here? Let's try that a little bit and hopefully you can see. Is that coming in? So the text was corrected in the reprint, and obviously, master set collectors, you would need that, okay? In today's segment of Can You Help Me?, I am asking to see if you can help me find some near mint to mint, preferably ungraded, base set, 4th print holo cards, the cards that have the 99-2000 year date on them. So I'm aware of the ones on eBay, but in addition to those, I'm wondering if any of you might have any others you might know of or laying around. And if you'd take a look, I'd really appreciate it. Again, preferably not graded, but they would be okay if they were. So if you look at the bottom here, you can see the copyright date has the 99 to 2000 date on it. This is just an example of one of the ones I do have from the set. But but can show you that what I'm looking for. Okay. All right, moving right along, I'd like to play How Many Cards Am I Missing? One of our favorite games, of course. So how many English cards am I missing? A little variant, a little variance, a little nuance to our game today. How many English cards am I missing from the Pokemon Art Academy 22 card set? By the way, 9 cards were issued from that set in the English language. Okay, so this is going to finally be a challenge for me because I think a lot of you that understand this set know how hard these cards to obtain. So there were about 6 that came out of the North America competition. There were 3 that came from the European Oceanian competition that were the ones in English, basically, because I can't count Japan or the other 3 countries that won. Some have been available from sellers. Some have not been available, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So of the 9 cards, I don't know how to say this because I don't want to break my streak, but sometimes when you understand the difficulty, no, actually, I don't have to break my streak. I'm zero, and that's how many cards I'm missing from the 9-card set of English cards. So, and that's how you play. How many cards am I missing? Yeah, it's a fun game. I like it. Should play it more often. All right, a couple of videos ago. Guess a couple of videos ago. A gay time for all of us. Like I said, I haven't had my salad. I don't know, really. I'm just going to sit back and relax. How you guys doing tonight? You guys having a good time? Let's have a better time together sometimes. A lot of you are thinking right now, he's clearly been drinking. I haven't been drinking, okay? I don't do my videotapes at the end of the day because I don't know what's going on inside of my mind at this point. By this time, the demons have begun to arrive. And it's a big party, by the way. It's a big party inside there. So what are you doing? Oh, yeah, I know. Video time. I know. I'm just talking to my peeps, okay? It's Person's Poke Peeps. What do you want? We're just having some fun. Okay, shut up. Pikachu's back here is like it's got a time constraints and whatever. So a couple of videos ago, I was talking about the Pokemon Battle Academy, that new game, right? Beautiful game. Well, let's stay with the concept of academies. How about today we do the Pokemon Art Academy? And I just told you that, fortunately, I'm not missing any cards from the English part of that set. So, and just on the point of keeping my promises, the last video, which is only 7 minutes long, by the way, your average watch time on that video, 3 minutes. You couldn't even get through a 7-minute video and you guys want me to make 25-minute videos. What's up? What are you guys doing? You don't have 7 minutes? How about if you take it to the toilet and watch it there? Do you have 7 minutes to let yourself just relax? Are you pushing that hard? I don't know what you're doing. 3 minutes. What do you want? Do you hear me say the couple of comments and you're done? Do you just rush on through to some other piece? What's going on? Let's spend some time together. Your friends are better than me? That's fine. Okay, go to your friends. I'm not going to... Okay, I'm a little upset, but I'll get off my... I just can't. Just stop. Okay. All right, so last video I told you I was going to present some special cards today. I think you'll find them pretty special. I hope you do. But this time nobody's actually watching the video, and that's fine. So you're not even going to see the cards. But for those of you who've stuck with me this far, God bless you all. You guys are so wonderful, and I just want to thank you for being there. So today we're all about the Pokemon Art Academy cards. First, there was the Art Academy game, which was released for Nintendo 3DS in 2014. It was about following steps that you could learn to draw Pokemon characters. Then there were contests held around the world, specifically 3 kind of variations of the contest, or territories. There was Japan, there was North America, and there was Europe and Oceania, okay? And the Pokemon Art Academy players that played in the game were invited to create original illustrations with the chance to have their artwork featured on specially created Pokemon cards. So each contest was basically split into 2 categories. You had a dress-up Pikachu phase and your favorite Pokemon phase. So you're either drawing Pikachu to dress up or another favorite Pokemon. Japan, of course, only opened to residents of Japan. North America was open to residents of US, Canada, and Mexico. And Europe and Oceania was open to residents of Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Ireland, Austria, Germany, Switzerland, Belgium, France, let me read you a couple more, Luxembourg, Portugal, Spain, the Netherlands, and Russia. Italy was specifically excluded. Japan had 5 winners in each of the 2 categories. Again, the categories dress up and your favorite Pokemon. So in all, 10 winners were printed in Japanese language. Since I don't collect Japanese cards, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to show you those today. again, my mantra for my collection is I need to be able to read the cards. Would that be interesting if I actually could speak Spanish well from my high school days, so I'd have to collect the Spanish cards as well? So I better be careful about that whole reading the cards thing. Actually, I can only read English, so it doesn't matter. North America had 3 winners in each of the 2 categories, dress up and my favorite Pokemon. So that would leave 6 total winners, and they were all printed in English, and I'll be showing you those cards. And Europe and Oceania had 3 winners in each of the 2 categories, dress up and your favorite Pokemon, and the winning cards were printed in the native language of the winners. So in this case, 2 Pikachu cards and 1 Delphox of the cards were in English. Other cards, a Pikachu in Spanish, a Mew in German, and 1 Kecleon, I think it's Kecleon, I'm going to go with that, it was in French. I won't be showing you the 3 outside of the English language, but I will be showing you the other 3. Let me just kind of tell you what happened at the end of this thing before I show you the cards. As an award for doing a great job and winning the competition, each illustrator was given professionally Pokemon produced 100 cards each of their winning illustration. And they were, again, officially printed and released by Pokemon, but only released to the folks that did the drawings. Many of those winners have made some of their cards available for sale, while others have not made virtually any at all available. And so prices can vary tremendously on these cards, depending on the relative combination of demand and supply. All right, I want to show you the cards right now. Let me start out by showing you, these are the cards that came from, I want to see if I can get in the camera a little bit here. Let's try this. That came from the, why do I have them in these cases? Why would I even do that? Can you even see them? I'm going to pull them out of the case. Can I get them out of the case? I'm going to try real quick. Because I don't ever prepare. What am I doing here? Like I've never done a video before? Jiminy crickets. All right, so these are the ones that came from the Oceanian and the European competitions. So, and let me show you something about these cards. It's interesting. I didn't realize this at all. Look in the bottom right corner of the illustration, and you can actually see the Art Academy logo in there. And I didn't even see that. It's so small that maybe I kind of overlooked it. Notice that this one is one of the ones where Pikachu is cooking, and this other one, which I'll now pull out of here, like I can do that really quickly. I can't because I'm too nervous and I'm shaking and I haven't eaten, so I'm just going to just sit here and shake like an old guy. What does he have? Yeah, no, he doesn't have anything yet. Okay, here's another one. Europe and Oceania. And again, you can see the illustrator, by the way, is at the bottom. Let me turn this and see if I can get it in there. That's not focused. I think it's my face is in there. I'm sorry. Get your face out of there, big man. You can see the illustrator at the very bottom. You did it again. Are we going to keep watching this? We don't even watch this long when he's got it in focus. So there's the illustrator at the very bottom, the name of the person that drew it, and again, that Art Academy. Both of those, by the way, look at this. Both these 2 cards are cooking themed. What was the point? Like, of all the things you could do, these 2 folks chose to go with cooking. Do they feel like Pikachu is a big eater, has a need to cook all the time? Great recipes? I'm not sure. All right, and the last one I'm going to pull out, I think, because we'll be here for an hour and a half trying to watch me pull out. And this one actually has come out of the case now completely, and that's never a good thing. So, and this is one from the UK. Again, Delphox. I should pull back a little bit. What are you doing? And then you can see the little, still the Art Academy, little logo on the bottom right, and the illustrator on the bottom. And let me pull back and you can look at it. So I'll show you the art. So again, these are pretty neat. Folks drew these on their own. Really neat. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the cards that were from the North America winners. There are 2 more I'm going to pull out of here because you guys deserve better than this. David, get prepared for your videos. What the heck is wrong? Okay, I'm doing the best I can. It's not good enough. You don't try, you do. I understand. Okay. So these are the North American winners. Pikachu. I just want to show you the art. And then the illustrator at the bottom. I hope that's coming up. I can't, because if I look, then I'm going to mess it up. Chespin. This is the last one I'm pulling out. Don't worry, we're done. You already said that once. Yeah, but I mean it this time. So cute. Somebody's patting Chespy on the head. We love you, Chespin. If I had another child, I would consider naming him or her Chespin. But if I have another child, I will be going through a divorce. So that won't be happening. All right, and now you guys know I don't grade, but sometimes you got to take what life will give you. So This is a graded version of one of the 6. I've showed you 3. This is number 3. I showed you 2. You can't even count now. You only showed him 2 from North America. You just said you showed him 3. Okay, but I corrected my own mistake, so just let it go. All right, so this is Pikachu. I don't know the theme. I don't want to guess at what these folks are drawing because there's a little bit of a violence in here and a little bit of a makeup thing and a little scary. And if you can see the bottom, the illustrators down there. So I think it tells you who illustrated on the top here. It says Ashley. Ashley did this. You did a great job, Ashley. Congratulations. Here's another one. This one says M.E. It was illustrated by M.E. exclamation point, me. But I don't mean me in the sense of me. And here's the bottom where you can hopefully see the illustrator's name. And again, I guess I could have taken it out of the paper. Why wouldn't they even take it out of the paper? So it's in a PSA case. I don't know, guys. It's ridiculous. I should be ashamed of myself. All right, and then there's Tangrowth, number 5 of the 6. And illustrated by, I think it's Gosha. Gosha? Is it on there at the top? Yeah, there it is. Gosha. Tangrowth. There's the thing, and the name is going to be down there if you can see it. And last but not least, Primo Kyogre, illustrated by whatever it says there, M-I-R-E. Oh, come on. You know you can't see it. All right. Anyways, but you guys can read, and that's the fantastic thing. Primal Kyogre EX. Put this finger over here. Hopefully you can see it. Pull it back. Let it swim on by. I think it's some kind of fish. I don't know. Okay. And there you have the 9 English version, because of course that's all that I collect, Pokemon Art Academy cards. So, what better way to finish today than with a segment of Pokemon Poetry Corner? And I know there's some of you that are looking for me to sing and stuff, and I'm not giving up on that dream. I'm not giving up on that dream, but right now, I just want to keep it real. I just want to go back to what got me here, and I don't know. I mean, does that make sense to you guys? Does that make sense? I think it does. I don't know. So, early in the year 2015, many wannabe Pokemon card illustrators realized a dream. They got to enter a drawing contest, a chance to show they were the very best. That competition was called Art Academy, and it was open to North America and across the sea. In fact, there were 3 territories which were allowed to play: Japan, North America, and the rest of the world, you could say. Well, except for Italy, which seems unfair. I'll bet the Italians had a cross to bear. But forgive me, because that's neither here nor there. There were 2 categories in which you could compete: dress up Pikachu and your favorite Pokemon who would be up to the feat. So illustrate they did, and when they were done, there were only a handful of talented artists who had won. And each of those winners got 100 of their cards to keep. With no others being printed, obtaining those cards wouldn't be cheap. 10 of the winners were created by the Japanese. With Pikachus like Office and Space Guy, they were sure to please. And then there were faves like Goomy, Mudkip, and Sableye, with art so stunning it made some folks even cry. But for me, not so much, because I'm silly enough not to care. About cards which are not in English, I can't read them, so even if they're rare, they don't pique my interest, so let's travel back to North America and the actual cards I attack. Like 3 beautiful Pikachus illustrated by Ashley, me, and Zyme, plus Tangrowth, Chespin, and Primal Kyogre EX were also so sublime. So that makes 6 for me to chase so far, but the hard lifting wasn't over. North America would only take me so far. I still had to find 3 more I would need. To the European and Oceanian competition, half a world away I would speed. As there were 3 more English language cards, 2 Peaks and a Delphox, for me to catch them all and put them in my treasure box. So catch them I did, and now I have 9 in all. Pokemon's #1 English collection is always standing tall. Epilogue. Now, an epilogue is something like they'd have a cop show when I was a kid, and at the end it would be like prologue at the beginning, epilogue at the end, and it would tell you kind of what happened, okay? So I just wrote this little epilogue thing, okay? The other 3 European cards, in Spanish, French, and German, were irrelevant to me as their language would determine whether I collect them or whether I would not. So despite their scarcity, they will never be caught. Well, at least not by me. Yeah. So we've come to the end of another lovely video. I know I had a great time being with all of you here today, and I'm sure you feel exactly the same way, if not so, about hanging out with me. Okay, let's be real. I don't have any idea what you guys are feeling right now. Probably not the same way about me as I am to you, as you would to me, because, yeah, like it's sort of a forced feeding kind of thing at this point. I get it. But maybe what you guys should do to let me know what you are feeling is find that comment area down below and let me know. Friends don't make friends guess their feelings, right? They ensure open lines of communication, and they comment on each other's lives all the time. So I'm going to wait with bated breath to read what you have to say about anything I said in this video, about the Art Academy cards, bad sellers, cards you might have that I need, cards that you need that I have, whatever, okay? But until we meet next time, do me a favor. Please forget most of what I said in this video and don't hold it against me. I know I will once it stops taping. And in the meantime, may your days, from my heart I say, be filled with nothing but the most stress-free of times. Take care.